Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading for the weeks covering July the 30th through August the 12th, 2024. This is a reading if you're Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising, or have another significant Taurus placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. This is a full horoscope spread that is based on the 12 houses of astrology, plus an extra card in the middle. I use Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche deck, and I clarify with tarot. This week we are using the Egyptian tarot. And our extra oracle card pull for the end is going to be from the Moonology deck. So we're going to usually start off by reading the Cartouche cards, and then I will clarify as I go along. If you do like this video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about these videos. If you're not already a subscriber, and if you are, thank you very much. I also do my morning coffee with Breach. I'll upload those videos here to YouTube, and I also upload my channelings of Archangel Azrael. If you want to know more about my work, description box below has a link to my website and also different events and classes that I'm doing right now, which you might want to check out. Dream workshops, I'm doing one on the Chiron and the Chiron wound this month, so you might find that interesting if you've been dealing with old wounds that are kind of coming up recently, and maybe a lot of emotional or heart work that's going on. And of course, I do offer things like Rouhani healing, and I also offer spiritual coaching and stuff like that. So again, check the description box below to check out my website, and also my social media if you want to follow any of my live streams or just see the updates that I post there. Okay, so let's get on to your reading, Taurus. Yeah, you've been kind of hanging back a little bit recently. I mean, you've got Sphinx here in the first house. So, okay, it's either that you are, maybe not putting yourself out there as much to people, or there's something about yourself that you're kind of keeping a secret. Maybe you're not showing other people right now. I also feel like the possibility could be that you are discovering hidden things about yourself. There could be an excavation process going on where you are digging things up about yourself. And we are about to move into the Mercury retrograde period as of August the 5th. So, and we are in pre-shadow right now. So this whole, the period of time for this video is going to be pre-shadow through early retrograde. So, yeah, this could be a time of when you are discovering new things about yourself. But, some of this work, it may be something that you're keeping to yourself for the moment. It could be, like I said, there's an element of secrecy when Sphinx comes up. So I feel like you are being a bit mysterious about certain things. There could be a joint financial arrangement coming up because you have the twins here. I don't know if this is a financial partnership with somebody. I don't know if this is just somebody helping you out financially. Or like I said, I feel more like this may be a partnership with somebody. A joint financial arrangement of some kind. So I don't know. Take it as it resonates here, but I am seeing this idea of money coming in from somebody else. This is not maybe something that's just through your own efforts. Maybe it's through either somebody else supporting or helping you out, or this could be monies that are coming in as a result of some kind of joint project or arrangement or something like that connected to the work that you do. If you are in business for yourself, Urias can indicate that there could be some, this is interesting because this is kind of an unexpected twists and turns. There could also be some unexpected communications when Urias turns up, because this is the house, this is the Mercury house. So for you, I feel like this early retrograde period, there's going to bring some surprises, like things, you're going to be receiving certain communications that you did not expect. And generally, Urias shows up when things are better than what we thought that they were. There could be certain situations that we assume are going to come out a certain way, or that our communication or lack thereof with certain people, maybe we might be in a position where with Urias where we are not, where we have an expectation of a certain outcome or result or the way something's going to go, and this seems to indicate that may be certain things may not be what we expect. So I feel like, again, there's this sense with Urias, kind of like Sphinx, of like hanging back, waiting and seeing. There could be an element of secrecy here as well, and it could just indicate that, yeah, maybe it's something, I don't know, maybe in some kind of a back and forth, you don't want to jump the gun on something, and there can also be care and caution. Like this is a card of wisdom, honesty, and doing things in a way that is, but handling things cautiously or carefully. So I don't know if there's going to be some communications that are coming up where You feel like maybe you have to be a little diplomatic or maybe not reveal everything. It's interesting. There's definitely this kind of aura of secrecy here in your communications. So I'm not sure what that's quite about, but again, take that as it resonates for yourself. Yeah, and again, this protective energy. I saw this for Aries too, in the 4th house. You've got Anubis, and Anubis is a card of protection, and it can be a card of setting boundaries. I mean, it's not an unfriendly card. It's definitely a card of someone who is very friendly, maybe very outgoing. Again, negotiations, talking back and forth about something, and doing this, being able to do it in a way, with a sense of humor and things like that. But I feel like seeing it in the 4th house, like there's an element of protection here. So I don't know quite what that can mean. That can mean other things. I often feel like this means that we are feeling more safe at home, more safe in our own, private space, rather than putting ourselves out there. We also see, I don't know if there's going to be a new love relationship, because you have Scarab here in the 5th house. So this could be a new relationship. This could be a new creative project. For some people, it could be a new child too. But there's just this idea of something new, where there's going to be changes coming to something. So if you're already in a relationship, there could be some change coming in with this card. But I think in the long-term relationship house, we do see Lotus, which is this idea of peaceful continuity. So I think if you have met somebody, or if you're currently dating someone, as far as a long-term relationship goes, again, with peaceful continuity, this suggests to me that there's not any breakups or anything on the horizon, but also not necessarily that it's going to move beyond where it is at the moment. And again, retrograde's probably not the best time to initiate too many new things. This could be a new start with somebody from the past. And I say that, we'll see what the clarifier says, but because it is retrograde, sometimes people from the past come back and they want to start over, begin anew. And this just typically shows up. We have to be a little leery of those. Maybe Lotus is saying, that's why Lotus might be saying, peaceful continuity. Like, you don't necessarily want to jump into something new. And again, it seems like you're kind of holding back, waiting and seeing on a lot of things, feeling very protective of certain things. So I just think it's, and I think that's just basically a good strategy for retrograde, because, we need to slow down and we need to just kind of wait and see, because the things may not be what we think they are. Something may be presenting itself a certain way and then something totally different happens. So, see how that fits in for you. We do have Thoth over here, and that's interesting, in your 8th house of transformation. And Thoth is about divine timing. So I feel like there's some, for lack of a better phrasing, I'm going to call it a fated change that's coming in. There's something coming in that's out of your control. There's going to be some kind of a change to your life. But something is happening at the right time. That's the important thing about Thoth. Whatever this is, it's happening at the right time. Oh, and I'm getting the cough there. So I feel like there's something to that. But this is also about spiritual healing. So, Some of you also might be teachers. There's a strong teacher energy connected with this. Okay, now this is interesting, because I saw this for Aries as well. You have the Buckle of Isis here in the 9th house. And this is work. Okay, this could either be money being spent or a trip that's going to be taken, a long journey, because this is about making a sacrifice. So maybe it's something that's going to cost time or money or something like that. This could also be a project you're working on. Some of you, this could be an educational project. This could be connected to your spirituality and belief, something you're doing for a religious organization or something, or a coven or a group or something. Again, take it as it resonates. But I feel like there's efforts you're putting into something, and it's suggesting that those efforts are in fact going to be rewarded. If there is some kind of a establishment of something, again, I'm seeing a lot around teaching here, then maybe that's where this financial partnership's coming in. Maybe you're going to be partnering with somebody to do something like this. I am seeing a change in your job status or situation, in your career. You've also got Bast down here. So again, this is a very, very social card, Bast. This also has to do with healing. So I don't know if you're doing healing work right now. or if you work with mental health counseling or something like that, like, because bast often has to do with healing of psychosomatic illness or things like that. But there's a but there's definitely a sense of, there's a strong healing vibe to this. And this can also just be, again, a very, very social card. If you are having health issues, this might be suggesting that it could be something of a psychosomatic nature. But again, as with anything health related, you should see a doctor and not just take the word of a tarot reading. But there is definitely there's a strong sense of, again, that I feel like there's a strong need for calming the mind. And this is also a happiness card. So I feel like you're kind of moving towards work. This is the house of service. So I feel like there's service in healing, or service in, working with others, or helping to alleviate or comfort others in some way. And this could also just have to do with social things like party planning or celebrating or something. I mean, there's a strong sense of celebration with bast. But this, again, there's also an element of caution to it. So there's a lot of caution around here, Taurus. Not in a negative way. I'm not seeing any cards that suggest anything's, going to blow up or explode. I mean, I haven't clarified the tarot yet, but at least not according to Cartouche. But there is definitely a sense of kind of, move ahead but tread carefully. And this suggests either communications about something you're doing. There could be something that's moving fast. Maybe you're going to be traveling for something connected to your career. Or there could just be messages coming in, or you could just decide you want to have a job change, maybe to something that makes you happier, or again, maybe you're shifting into working and doing more, something that might be more around healing, at least for some of you. I mean, if that's not your business at all, then obviously that aspect of it doesn't apply. But yeah, there's definitely changes that seem to be coming in terms of career. So it'll be interesting to see how that's clarified. And yeah, you've got the winged disc in the 11th house. Geez, that's the wish card. I mean, that is wishes granted in the house of hopes and wishes. So certainly it does seem like something you've been working towards, you are going to achieve. Perhaps you are unconsciously concerned maybe about the amount of work that's going to go into something. I feel like you might be very tired these days, Taurus, and maybe you're kind of saying, okay, yeah, because overall we do have a stability here. So, I mean, I feel like if you're looking for stability in the next couple of weeks, there's been a lot of whirlwind changes lately, but I just feel like and perhaps it is the retrograde, perhaps it's your own sense of caution and waiting and seeing, but it does seem to indicate that you're on solid ground and that you're going to be kind of staying put right now, but you are on track to get your wishes, and it does seem like there's changes that are coming in. So let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, so, very interesting. Let's see what else we have. Oh, and this one wanted to land in the middle, so that's where we're going to put it. Okay. So let's look at our tarot cards here. Yeah, I mean, you've got this Four of Pentacles, so having that in the first house, yeah, I feel like you're kind of hanging on to what you've got right now. I feel like there's not, there's a lot of element here of wanting things to be stable, not wanting a whole lot of change right now. Or maybe whatever is going on that you're not sharing with people, certainly externally, it's just going to appear that you are kind of doing the same thing or in the same place, or that you're maybe just in a very, very stable position right now. But the Four of Pentacles often indicates that we do need to let go of something or give it up in order for us to move ahead. In fact, in your house of the Pisces house just before it, the house of fear, or self-doubt, I should say, or self-undoing, you have this Five of Chalices. So this is definitely a card of needing to let go of the past. In fact, I also see letting go of the past with regard to your love relationships. You've got the Eight of Cups over here. This is walking away from something. And then, yeah, looking at the love thing, that's interesting because we have a new beginning and we're seeing this kind of peaceful continuity. But I'm also seeing the Seven of Wands energy, so I feel like you're on the defensive. Yeah, I keep feeling like with this Taurus, like there's going to be somebody. This new beginning may actually be somebody from the past. I feel like that confirms this. Like somebody from the past may want to come back, but you may be feeling defensive against this person. You may have been hurt by this person. Maybe you feel like you're kind of like, yeah, thanks, no thanks. Something that you've already, that ship has sailed. You've already walked away from it. And you're perfectly happy, like with Lotus, without this person. And that actually might be the unexpected communication. You may hear from somebody who you're like, what? Where'd this person come from? But with the Ten of Swords, this is something that you thought was over and done with. You're like, I'm over. This is finished. This is over. Like, what are you doing back here again? So, I do feel like there could be somebody reappearing here. And, but it's just somebody, I don't know. I have a feeling, I don't think it's going to be much of a decision for you, Taurus. I think if this person reappears, you're going to be like, oh, hi, yeah, nice to hear from you, yada, yada. Anyway, never mind, Because overall, with the Osiris, we have the Knight of Chalices, okay? So this is somebody coming with an offer or an invitation. But with Osiris, this seems to indicate you're not willing to make that kind of a change. You're kind of staying where you are. We have the Nine of Cups here, actually, in your money house with the twins. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be, if there's going to be any financial component to this, if someone's going to offer something. But the Nine of Cups is, definitely this is a wish card with regard to money. So I feel like maybe there's going to be a financial partnership that's going to allow you to meet your financial goals. It's going to get you where you want to be, put you in a place of satisfaction. But Nine of Cups to me also is very much a card of individual efforts. So that's interesting. But I don't know. There just could maybe some kind of a partnership that's just going to allow you to get what you want financially. Or maybe there's just monies that are coming from somebody else, whatever that ends up meaning. But but there does seem to be like a past person who may be coming in. So be a little wary of that. I think it's not going to be something that appeals to you. Oh, you got double nines here. You got the Anubis, which is card 9, and then you have the 9 of Wands here. So I feel like within your home environment, fourth house also has to do with our feelings, our emotions, could have to do with something to do with the mother for some people. And there seems to be this sense of being worn out. Like this is the Wounded Warrior card, the 9 of Wands. It's where just feel like, we're just tired of doing the same thing over and over again. And Anubis may just indicate a need, like, we're trying to be friendly, we're trying to negotiate something, but we're really just kind of wanting to take a time out, put up a boundary, and stay in our space a little bit right now. And again, whether this might have to do with a family matter, it might be literally connected to your home. And again, I see these 2 9s, so the number 9 may be significant here. You've got 9 here, you've got a 9 there. You've got a couple of 8s too. I'm seeing this 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups. You have a lot of, you got actually another 9. You've got the 9 of Pentacles with Bast. So again, this is financial independence. This is financial success and independence. And it's showing up with Bast in the 6th house, which is the house of job or service. So I don't know, there could be a job you're doing, again, might be connected to healing, might have a social component to it, maybe it's a social media thing for some people, I don't know, take it as it resonates, because Bast can have to do with the arts, it can have to do with music, dancing, things like that, it can have to do with being social, happiness, and things like that, and it can also have to do with healing, so that's why I mentioned all of those things here. But there's something here, if finances have been a worry, I feel like that worry is going to be over soon. You have a lot of 9, you've got 8, 9, and 10 energy. You are moving towards the end of something, okay? You are moving towards the end of a cycle. This is going to be something that's going to bring you the security that you want. With Winged Disc in the 11th house, you have the Fool. So this is going to be a gamble or a risk you take that's actually, this new beginning that we're talking about is actually going to bring you exactly what you want. But there's this sense of finishing certain things out here. You've got a lot of this 9 energy. 8 of Wands with Thoth. Wow. This is something happening very, very quickly. There could be travel connected with this. But the 8 of Wands to me, sometimes it's the arrows of love too. So I don't know if this is love coming in. Again, doesn't looks like whoever's showing up here is somebody you're kind of like, nah, I'm not, maybe there was an interest in the past, there isn't now. But Thoth seems to indicate this has to do with things happening at the right time. And with the 8 of Wands, it does seem like whatever the timing is on this, and again, maybe the number 8 is significant, maybe it's going to be 8 weeks, so that would be a couple of months. But this might be, it just seems to, this often indicates that whatever is going to happen, it's going to happen suddenly. It's going to happen quickly. And there may be messages that very suddenly come in that are going to herald the transformation that maybe you've been waiting for or that you've been anticipating. With the Buckle of Isis, we have the King of Wands. Okay, yeah, this is somebody. This is a this definitely feels to me, I feel like for some of you, this is an educational venture. Could be something connected to a religious or an educational institution. I don't know if some of you work for a college, university, or if there's something you're doing with education. There's something that you're doing. And again, it could be something that you're doing at a distance as well. That's also possible. But King of Wands, yeah, this is somebody who's determined to get what they want. This is someone who's ambitious, who's organized, who has all the I's dotted and T's crossed, who has things together. I keep feeling like, I don't know, I feel like, okay, for some people, maybe it's going to be, maybe this is a venture you're going to do. Maybe you're going to have investors or other people who want to partner with you, and that this is going to be very successful. I don't know. I mean, that popped into my head, so that's why I said that. You have the Queen of Swords, okay, with the Air card. So Queen of Swords, yeah, there's something. Okay, then that gives the sense of air as having more to do with something having to do with the intellect. So yeah, writing, teaching, speaking, something like that. And the Queen of Swords is someone who is looking to do things the right way, somebody who's looking for clarity, somebody who is very, very intellectual, okay? So Queen of Swords would be a reminder that whatever changes you're making, make sure you're not too much in your head, and that you're also, you allow the heart to be in part of that space. This is also somebody who I think is not easily taken for a ride. So if there was anybody who, maybe you weren't certain about, I think you would be very clear about people's motives and motivations if that is a factor or an issue. But I also think there's just a sense here of it saying, yeah, I just feel like it's saying, this is somebody who's very sharp, who thinks very clearly, and maybe able to make, unemotional decisions. But there's also a strong intellectual component here. So I can't help feeling like that education piece is definitely relevant for somebody. Somebody's doing something around education. So take that as it resonates. I mean, yeah, and again, I mentioned the Five of Cups here. There definitely seems to be a need to let go of the past, or to not assume that past situations with Ta, this is strong Saturn energy, so you may have faced certain limitations in the past, but with Thoth over here, it just seems like something that maybe it wasn't the right time for it before, it's going to be the right time for it now. That's kind of what I have. And yeah, very interesting reading that we see here, Taurus. Just see if I've missed anything here. I don't think so. I think there's possibly a relationship, like a repeat person coming back, someone you are totally, like, things were dead and over, and like you were not expecting to hear from them. But I think at this point that ship has sailed, even if they want to, make a comeback. I feel like, some of you might be dedicated to either going back to school or a new educational venture. Maybe some of you are just going back to get more education for what you're doing. I don't know. But it definitely seems like you're going to be taking some kind of a risk that's going to enable you to finally achieve your goals. Though right now there's a lot that you may be keeping to yourself. There's a lot here about you keeping stuff to yourself. And yeah, what's the moonology? You're very close to achieving your goal. Okay, the gibbous moon. Yeah. So, I mean, again, there's not a neat yes or no with this, but you are definitely on the edge of getting to where you want to be. But we also have this time for healing. And so this may mean that you are, with this time for healing, yeah, that you are, that there's definitely a strong sense of you here, you taking time out and of you doing this. So I feel like this retrograde period, you want to make sure you're working on yourself, and that you're trying to, again, whether these wounds are physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, that you are actually working towards that, because I do feel like, yes, you are close to achieving your goal. So you want to make sure that you are in the best possible space. And that may very well be what you're doing here. You may be just saying, like, yeah, I'm ready to move ahead. I'm not taking on any, old new people coming into my life. I don't need anybody coming back. And, Knight of Chalices can be somebody who's a distraction. But, but you've got Osiris here. You're solid. You know what you want. You're kind of immovable at this point in time. And I think that's exactly where you need to be. You may be working on, letting go of the past and past wounds, and also let go of past expectations. Because again, if there's something that you did in the past and it didn't work, it doesn't mean it's not going to work now. So I think this is great. This is great. Yeah, I think this is a really great reading, Taurus. So yeah, just hang loose during retrograde, and you know, like I said, spend some time on healing, take some time out for yourself, be a little cautious. People from the past come back, be wary, but I don't think it's going to be a thing. I think you're just going to be kind of like, oh yeah, that was nice of you to check in. Well, anyway, no, this is not going anywhere. But I do seem like you're making these changes to your career, and if you're really being encouraged to go for it, like something's happening at the right time and it's going to happen fast. So, yeah. So with that, have a great end of July, beginning of August. It looks like everything's off to a great start, and I think you have a good head on your shoulders, Taurus. You know what you're doing. So I think this is going to be, yeah, this is going to be fantastic. So yeah, wishes are definitely going to be granted. Don't be afraid to take risks, but I feel like your focus now is going to be, it's the Sagittarius house. So it's either education and educational venture, career related to education, or spirituality, and or maybe both, who knows? Or this could have to do with something that has to do with something at a distance, like moving or relocating or doing something far away. Maybe all of the above, who knows? But anyway, like I said, have a great rest of your month. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next video. Take care.